Yo, what up? This is B-Boy Icey Ives, and this is my route to Red Bull BC1 World Final. The journey just to get there was tough because I missed like 2-3 flights that day. So I had to book my own flight. So if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have made it.
Seeing Ives at the Red Bull BC1 Cypher was crazy. We're always rooting for him at home. You know, seeing your best friend, you know, right next to you just blow up is like all for it. I'm like, yo, get it, you know what I mean?
He worked really hard for the Houston Cypher. He worked nonstop. He was always practicing, so I feel like that moment was everything for him. That's something that he's been talking about for a while, and just seeing his hard work pay off was very special.
Just him winning, it's a big deal. For my parents at first didn't, they can't comprehend how much, how big of a deal that was until he was invited to Ryan and Kelly. And then that's when they were like, oh, okay, this is really a big deal. And
every time a big battle comes, I change my diet. I go to like almost vegetarian, train 2 times a day. Like in the morning time, it's mainly physical conditioning, running, working out. And then at night, that's where I practice. For the most part, I practice alone if I'm not with my friends. If I do have people here at the practice spot, I'm just like, hey, can you guys battle me like 20, 30 rounds? I like to do a lot of cardio for sure. I like to run. Calisthenic stuff, I try to stay away from the heavy weights. I like to do everything naturally. Sit-ups, I do like core workouts, your basic pull-ups, Also I do yoga too, and I do breathing exercises. Sometimes meditation too. That's pretty much it, I just try to work hard, that's it, man.
Seeing Ives represent for the US for Red Bull BC1 Cypher in the World Finals is inspiring for sure, and it's motivating.
I'm proud because the United States has a lot of lineage behind it, a lot of history, so just the fact that I get to carry all that and represent, and not even for that, to be even deeper for my family and their bloodline and roots, means the whole world, man, and I'm just really excited and really blessed that I get to represent the US.
when Ives was young, he didn't get too much support from my parents because, how do you explain breakdancing to our parents?
I used to play sports like basketball, soccer. When I was growing up, I was really shy. I didn't even want to talk to people. I was very introverted, very awkward. When I used to play sports at the rec center, me and my friend would wait for our ride in the game room where you can go on the computer. And then one day, we saw kids breaking already. They had a boom box. There was 5 or 6 of them. They got us down. And ever since that day, I just never quit, I just wanted to be the best after that.
We're an immigrant family. Ives was actually born here in Alaska while I was still in the Philippines.
When my parents moved here, I wasn't even born yet. So I was born here in the US. My parents had to come to the States and leave my brothers there.
And I first met him when my dad traveled to the Philippines. Knowing that you have a brother and then first time meeting him, he's already 5,
They sacrificed that time to come here to the States, to work, to become a citizen of the US, to have to leave your kids for 12 years. And that alone, to me, that gives me goosebumps because, man, that's a lot of sacrifice,
Ives didn't experience any of that, but he heard it from me, and then now he uses it as fire.
With all that hard work my parents have put into our family, it just drives me crazier to break harder.
With his passion, his dedication, his drive, that's something that, how can you stop that, His chances of winning I would say, is really high.
He's a very unique B-boy because he has the musicality and he just follows the music, and I feel like that's very important as a dancer.
I do imagine myself winning. What motivates me even more to win is because nobody has won a regional final, won the Last Chance Cypher, and then you win the World Finals, Nobody's done that, and I want to be the first ever to do that in history, so that alone motivates me a lot.